Good morning. Happy Wednesday, I believe it is. It's not 11:11 or 11:33, but my internet is working. So we got that going on. And my body's working more and less. So I thought I would take a little time to do a little body check-in, a little stretching and strengthening. And as usual, I invite you to join me if you feel like it, to whatever degree you feel like it. I encourage you to at least take a couple deep breaths and let go of some stress. Maybe wiggle, jiggle around a little bit. Maybe swing your arms, twist your spine, shift your weight, push into your hips, something. Do a little check-in. Maybe do your 100 any rep minimum if you're into that sort of thing like I am. I am going to take a couple of deep breaths and just bring my attention into the bottoms of my feet, root myself into the center of the earth, hang myself from the center of the sky. Checking in with the alignment, putting the ears over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips and the hips over the ankles. I got my fluffy slipper boots on. I got my house cleaning outfit on. Good to go. Before I do, though, I'm going to do a little rolling down, just checking in with the spine. Nice and slow, seeing how everybody's doing today. All the way down past the waist to the hips, and just hanging here from the hips. Relaxing the back, relaxing the belly, and then let's roll that nice and slow, stacking one vertebra on the next, just checking in with the spine. Let's bring hands behind the back, clasping palms, rolling shoulder blades towards each other, rolling elbows towards each other, and doing a little counter stretching, pushing the hips forward, protecting the neck with the shoulders here. And then coming up, and let's forward fold this time with a relatively flat back and bringing these hands with us. Making sure not to lock those knees, coming all the way down from the hips again. And shirt on today. I just bought this shirt and I'm not happy with the way it's fitting me. That's a good first world problem there, isn't it? I'm going to do another flat back fold from the Thank you for the love. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet there. Coming all the way down to just hang from the hips again. And then I'm going to come up from the waist, pulling up in the abdomen, up in the pelvic floor, left elbow over right. Giving myself a nice hug, just squeezing through the shoulders, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. And then releasing all that again from the hips. Hanging, letting the spine unwind, shaking out the shoulders. And then let's come up right elbow over left again for a nice hug from the waist. Pulling back in the abdomen, up in the pelvic floor, rounding the spine, tucking the chin, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Giving myself a nice little good morning, good afternoon squeeze. And then releasing all that again from the hips, just hanging here. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time, stacking on the next. Just still checking in with that spine. Shake it all out. Shake it to the left and shake it to the right. Shaking is a easy, underappreciated way of getting rid of stress. Might seem like it's just metaphorical, but it's actual. Try it. You might like it. I'm going to step back with this left foot into a moderate lunge. I'm going to move this blanket out the way so I don't slip and slide. Stepping back with the left, pulling that hip forward, forward hip back, tipping the tailbone under a little bit, looking for a nice perpendicular line with the hips and a nice long strong line through the abdomen and spine, working from the core, pressing into that back heel, past the toes. Perpendicular line is what I was saying. Parallel with feet, perpendicular with hips. I think I'm going to close the hips, so shifting my back heel onto the closed diagonal. What would that be? Around the 70 or 80 degree mark as opposed to the 45 degree mark. And then I'm going to look for the side plane here on the outside of the body. Just closing the hips even more. And I'm going to slide this back foot out, reaching down with the left hand on the inside of the right foot. See if I'm still in frame, and then giving myself a nice twisting side aeroplane triangle pose, moving up past those right fingertips. Enjoying a nice wringing out of all the internal organs. Little hug, gazing out past that long back leg. Checking with the alignment, and then I'm going to bring this arm around to reach for this opposite hip, increasing that twist a little bit more. Just wringing out all the internal organs, and then bringing this arm on the inside of that right leg. I'm going to bring that leg back to meet the back foot and press through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, and pressing into those heels. Pressing the heart toward the earth, pressing the heels toward the earth, tipping the tailbone, getting a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Let's bend the right knee and press into that left a little more. And then bending the left, pressing into the right. And pressing into the left. And into the right. Back into both heels. And then I'm going to swing the body forward, bringing the chest up between the shoulders. Lifting the eyes and chest, letting the belly just drop and sag. Keeping those legs together, protecting the low back with the butt. And then swinging the left foot forward in between the hands. Enjoying a nice deep lunge there. Like to give a little bounce, and then I'm going to step forward with that back foot. Coming back into a forward fold. Enjoying a nice sigh. I'm going to roll up again. Stacking one vertebrae on the next. Checking in with the spine. Shake that out. Shake it again to the left and to the right. And then I'm going to step back with that right foot to a nice moderate lunge on the other side. Again, pulling back hip forward, forward hip back. Looking for a perpendicular line with the hips. Parallel lines with the feet. Pressing into that back heel. Checking that the front knee is not crunching past those toes. Tucking the tailbone under, nice and long and strong through the abdomen and spine, working together through the core. And then I'm going to shift that back heel onto the 70 or 80 degree mark, closing the hips even more and checking out the side plane on the outside of the body. And then sliding that back heel out a little more. I'm going to bring the right arm down on the inside of the left leg. Bring that left arm up for a side twisting aeroplane pose. Nice wringing out of the organs in the other direction. And bringing this hand around the back to reach for that opposite thigh and gazing out past that long leg. Enjoying a nice hug, twist, wringing out of all the organs. Bringing this hand around to the inside of this left leg. Putting weight on the hands and bringing that leg back to meet the back foot. Pressing through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pressing the heart toward the center of the earth, pressing the heels toward the center of the earth. Let's come into a plank position and just do 1 or 2 slow push-ups. See if I can figure out this camera thing. Keeping hands under shoulders, keeping elbows in close to the body. Coming down nice and slow and holding at the bottom. For a breath or so. Then pushing up. Let's do 1 more slow push-up. Down, nice and slow. Holding at the bottom. Keeping those legs together. And then pushing up. Again, nice and slow. Raising those hips. Pressing through the palms, through the spine. Tipping the tailbone to the back of the head. And then stepping forward with that right foot into a nice deep lunge. adjust the loose shirt, do a little bouncing, and then I'm going to step forward with that back foot, coming again into forward fold, just relaxing the back, relaxing the belly, letting the spine just hang off the hips. I'm going to bend the knees, swinging the arms back, coming into a counter stretch, pushing the hips forward, lifting the eyes and chest, and a moderate back bend, and then coming into neutral again. Shake that out some more. Wow. Let's do a little balancing. Loose shirt and all. Bringing my weight onto the right foot. Bringing this left knee up toward left shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders, tipping the tailbone under. Relaxing that supporting foot. Let's do just a little ankle rotation on this side. Checking in with all the little bones and muscles. And seeing how the balance is doing today. Let's do medium circles from the knee and the other way. Try not to counter lean. You can use a wall or a doorway if need be. Really focusing on that supporting side, nice and long and strong. Let's do big circles from the hip. Relaxing that supporting foot. Tucking the tailbone under a little bit still. And the other way. Bringing that knee back up toward the shoulder, tucking the tailbone under a little bit. Reach for the bottom of this foot. Enjoy a nice stretch through those shoulders, and then straightening that leg as much as possible out front. Giving that a breath or so to relax, and then I'm going to let go with the right and bring that over to the left and just explore that hip socket a little bit. Got some hitches in the giddy up on that side. It's good to just touch those. Notice how they're doing today. I'm going to bend that knee and bring this foot onto the supporting side. Imagine myself a strong, flexible tree on a long-standing mountain. Covered in stillness and dancing breezes. I'm going to release that, set that down, shake it out again. Bring this right knee up toward right shoulder, relaxing the shoulders, tipping the tailbone under. Relaxing that supporting leg a little bit and foot. Let's do some little circles from the ankle. Still really trying to focus on that supporting side, not counter leaning like that. Let's do medium circles from the knee. The other way. And then some big circles from the hip. Checking in with that supporting foot, relaxing the foot. Unclenching the toes, tucking the tailbone under, feeling for that energetic line from the foot up the center as I move on this other side, and bringing this knee back up toward the shoulder. Reach for the bottom of this foot. Enjoy a little stretch through the shoulders and then pulling back in the shoulders and straightening that front leg as straight as possible. This one doesn't go as straight as the other one often. I'm going to release on the left and bring that out to the right and just explore that hip socket, noticing how the two sides are different. Just letting everybody know we're in this together. My body's like, I think I'll just fall over now. Let's bring that back up and over. All right, I'll bend the knee, put that foot on the supporting side, and look for a moment of peace and balance. Relaxing the shoulders, tipping the tailbone under, unclenching those toes and the supporting foot. Swinging this knee back a little bit, if possible. Imagining myself a flexible, strong tree on a long-standing young mountain. Set that down. Shake that out. I'm going to step into a straddle position and do some hip dips, dipping on the right. Getting a nice stretch through the inner thigh, dipping on the left. And again on the right. And on the left. Don't forget to breathe and smile, whatever else you're into today. Dipping one more time on the right, and then I'm going to step back into the center and lifting weight off of the right to push into that left hip. Brings a stretch from the inner thigh into the hip. Taking weight off the right, or left rather, pushing into the right. Let's go a little further, pushing into the left. Just exploring that stretch into that hip socket gently. Don't go popping it out. Into the right. Stretching that out. And one more time. To the left. And to the right. And then bringing feet under hips. Hips under shoulders. Placing my weight evenly on both feet. I'm going to do some hip slides over to the left. Trying to keep these pelvic bones relatively evenly parallel to the floor. And over to the right. For me, that brings a stretch up into the torso, abdomen, and back. Pushing over to the right. Pushing over to the left. And again to the right. And to the left. Back to center. Shake that out. I almost got some clap snaps back in my hands. That's exciting for me. I hope that you're finding things to be excited about, finding ways to love yourself, be nice to yourself, give yourself a little playful movement. I wish you a fantastic Wednesday. Thank you for stopping by. Roca, Randy, Bella, it's good to see you. Peace.